Sunday, October 9th at Kern County Raceway, the third annual George Snyder Classic, National Sprint Car Championship Series. Their final race, we would crown the national champion here at KCRP. Also in action, the NASCAR Superstocks, the INEX Legends, and the 911 Racing Series. Here's the highlights from the third annual George Snyder Classic. The day starts with the Blue Ribbon Automotive Dash for Cash, the four quick qualifiers in the NASCAR Superstocks, and it's the Mountain Man, Gene Fife, out in front early. Chris Dalton in the 13, Johnny Bedingfield in the 22, and Perrin Kuchtra in the 1, trying to catch him. No dice. Gene Fife wins the Blue Ribbon Automotive Dash for Cash. Now to the quarter mile with the INEX Legends, and the green flag is in the air. The 29 of Braden Rogers, running a limited schedule this year, takes the lead early. Fast Eddie Garoni in the 31 runs in second, but he bobbles in turn number 4, and in the next corner opens the door for the 24P of Colton Page. Page now up to second and looking to track down the 29 of Braden Rogers, and he does just that. Rogers feeling the pressure from Page. Rogers slips up high in 3 and 4, and Page to the lead. Colton Page takes the lead at about the halfway point and would lead the final 15 for his second consecutive INEX Legends main event win. Next up would be the first responders in the 911 Racing Series. It's their championship race at Kern County Raceway. Trouble early for Community Service Officer Amber Norris from the Taft PD. She spins out, causing a caution on the opening lap. Back to green flag racing now. Probation Supervisor Ryan Wegas takes the lead early in the yellow car, but here comes the number 8, the Kern County Sheriff's Office machine, driven by Corey Stacy, a detective for KCSO. Stacy, way to the inside, takes the lead, and now will bring the number 21 machine of the Shafter PD car, Detective Joshua Stevens, up to second. It would be a 3-car battle, but here's the final lap. Down the back straightaway for the final time. A little bump going into turn number 3. Shafter PD and Kern County Sheriff get into it, and now it's a drag race to the finish. Who's it gonna be? Probation. Kern County Probation gets the win. Probation Supervisor Ryan Wegas with the victory. Back to the half mile now with the NASCAR Superstocks and their penultimate race of 2016. 4 wide going into turn number 1 on the initial green flag, and that's not going to work. Contact between the number 7 of Gene Fife and the 13 of Chris Dalton. Spins Dalton around for caution number 1. Back to green flag racing action. The 84 of Eric Sunnis in the apex of 3 and 4. Gets loose, almost makes the save. Taps the back end and the front end on the outside retaining wall, bringing out another caution. Here we go again. Paul Ebersbacher in the 02 and the 1 of the Milkman, Perrin Kuchtra, get together into turn number 1 for another caution. Things get settled down now for just a little bit. PJ Hernandez in the 18 and the 77 of Mike Nix. And here comes the 13 of Chris Dalton, making it 3 wide. Dalton gets pinched down, entering turn number 1. Hernandez and Dalton make contact. No harm, no foul. We stay green. And now Dalton has tracked down the 77 of Nix as they enter turn number 1. Dalton going to start to make his move for the lead. To the inside goes the 13 of Dalton. The 77 of Nix on the outside. Dalton and Nix make contact in the middle of the back straightaway, and Dalton takes over the lead. And he's going to bring the 22 of Johnny Bedingfield with him, and this is a great battle. Side by side for several laps, Bedingfield to the inside in the 22. The 13 of Dalton on the outside, but this time the 22 of Bedingfield drove it in little too hot, gets loose, makes contact with the 13 of Dalton, and another caution comes out. Both cars to the back of the field. On the final restart now, Gene Fife in the 7 taking the lead for good, and he would win his 3rd NASCAR Superstock main event of the year. The fastest cars to ever hit Kern County Raceway would be next. The 3rd annual George Snyder Classic, and the green flag is in the air. The yellow number 8 machine of Kyle Edwards out front early. Davey Hamilton Jr. in 2nd. JoJo Hellberg in the 7 runs in 3rd, and they are hauling the mail through turns 3 and 4. JoJo Hellberg now up into 2nd as he makes the pass on the 45 of Davey Hamilton Jr. Trouble on the front straightaway. A broken axle on the number 68 of Mike Anderson, and he goes into the spin cycle down the front straightaway, and there you see the net result of that broken aluminum axle on his sprint car. Wow, every driver was all right. Everything's good there. Back to green flag action. Edwards still out front, but here comes the number 7 of JoJo Hellberg. Your 2014 National King of the Wing champion. Gonna dive to the inside here, but then look to the outside into 1 and 2. Sparks are flying. They're wheel to wheel and wing to wing as JoJo Hellberg takes the lead over the number 8 of Kyle Edwards. Out of turn number 4, you see one let the smoke out, and that would be 2015 National King of the Wing, the 26 of Aaron Pierce. He was also your quick qualifier at the 3rd annual George Snyder Classic. But this one would be all about the number 7 of JoJo Hellberg as he wins his 2nd George Snyder Classic in 3 years.